CMB Italia is an industry for design. Industry is a key word because this is the beginning, the mission of the company, to have an industrial approach. And we will see what does it means in the following chart. The company starts from with the name which was CMB. Why? Because it was right to the meeting of Mr. Cassina, while Cassina was at that time, we are in 1966. Cassina was an established company at that time, and Mr. Piero Ambrogio Busnelli. Mr. Piero Ambrogio Busnelli is the founder of this company. You should imagine a visionary man, extremely talented, curious, and with a huge intuition. That's something that you potentially also have. This is really the key of a success for the future. They met, and the idea was to create a sort of sister company called CMB, completely, totally different from Cassina. Cassina was in a way the world of tradition, of natural material, of craft made, while CMB Italia was intended to be innovation, was meant to use new technologies, and was meant to be an industry. This was really the idea of Mr. Piero Ambrogio Busnelli, because the man, whatever he did in his life was different compared to what we're used to do. This was his dream, and when he met with Mr. Cassina, this dream, of course, came true. And this company started with a factory. We're based halfway between Milan and Como, roughly 20 kilometers far from here. The first factory was designed by Afra and Tobias Scarpa, were a couple of designing for BMW since the early beginning, and started with an R&D center, a research and design center. We will see later that it's really of strategical importance for a company, most of all for a company who is really devoted to research and innovation, because it's really the heart and the mind of the company. This is the first product which is still in collection so far. This is called Coronado, designed by Afra and Tobias Scarpa. But we had a number of designers working with the company at the beginning. We had Mario Bellini, we had Magistretti, Gaetano Pesce, Marco Zanuso, all names that I assume you heard about. And the first products were really successful products. Coronado, who is still in the collection. The Up series by Gaetano Pesce, which in the end of the 60s was, you can imagine, under vacuum packed. You have to buy a packaging to cut the packaging, and then in a way the armature was expanding and exploding and taking the final shape. Le Bambole by Bellini, Marco Zanoso, so a range of really successful products. But the reason of the success also came from the intrinsic quality of the product. Why? Because the idea of Mr. Busnelli since the beginning, I told you before, was to innovate, to do things in a totally different way. And what did he do? First of all, he hired farmers to work in the company, in an area where everybody was able, or most everybody was able to manage and to manufacture a sofa or a chair. He wanted some mind virgins, farmers, who used to do something totally different in their life, to manufacture upholstery for this newborn company. But he had a great intuition. Which was the intuition? One day he visited a fair of plastic material in London, plastic material, and he noticed one of the company showing some small ducks, some toys, small ducks, obtained from a mold. I told you before he was really extremely curious. So he went up and down, and he realized